Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that one of our admin received, and the translation reads like this. Hello, how are you? Can you please post my own story as anonymous? I really do not know how to say this, but please, I beg you, do not share my profile with anyone. This is what I did, the type of a revenge that I did on my own daughter. God, may you forgive me. This is my story of how I, as a South African mom, slept with my 25-year-old daughter's same husband. I know that it sounds mad, but it happened, and it is very true. If it had happened in the past, and it was in the past, I would have said maybe it was for the better or for the worst. But you know what? It is still happening to this very day. I never hated my daughter, but I hated her for not listening to me. Like I had told her that I did not want my daughter to get married because I was afraid that one day she will end up getting heartbroken. Just like what had happened to me, my husband, whom was a father, also broke my heart into several pieces. And I promised myself that I was going to be a single mom and I was going to do it all by myself. And indeed, I did it all by myself. I sacrificed my happiness. There were guys that wanted to marry me, but I made sure that I only had one child, whom I'll call Tandy, but she has chosen to refuse to listen to what her mom told her. I do not believe in marriage because I think that once you get married to someone, eventually you are going to get heartbroken. And I have decided that if my daughter is going to get heartbroken, it is far much better that she knows that it is I, her mother, who has been sleeping with her own husband, because I do not have evil intentions. Unlike other women, if it was going to happen that her husband was going to have a girlfriend, so I have chosen to become her husband's mistress. It will be far much better. Don't you think so? I really do not know how I ended up being in this situation, but I spoke with my daughter several times until I started hating her lifestyle, the guy that she was dating. 2 years ago, she got married to this hard so-called working man who comes from Zim, whom I will call Gift. In about 2 years, they have managed to buy 2 houses in the suburbs. How they have managed to do this, I really do not even know. I started hating her, telling her all the bad things that was going to happen to her if she continued dating this man, but they kept on dating. I told her that I was not going to give her my mother's blessings, and I was heartbroken when she told me that she was pregnant, but because I had cursed her and I told her that she was never going to fall pregnant to a foreign guy. As I am speaking with you, they have 6 bakkies that they hire out to different courier companies, and whenever I would scroll through her Facebook and see her pictures with her boyfriend, this will make me to feel so bad about myself, and my heart started squeezing with jealousy and envy. I remember when I said enough is enough. This man, with the way that he is making money, one day or the other, he will end up cheating on my own daughter. And if it ever happens, then my daughter is going to lose everything. Unlike me, from her husband, I do not want money. I do not want anything, but I take it as a parent who is looking after her own child so that she won't get hurt. I thought about it as I sat at my kitchen table, and as I was drinking my coffee. That was when I started looking at my own life. Because of what happened to me and her father, I ended up working as a domestic worker for a very long time. Whilst some of my friends were progressing in life, I was unable to get anywhere in life. And here my daughter is 2 years into marriage, and she is already wealthy. No young woman like her is supposed to enjoy life like the way that she is. Other young women are not enjoying life, but here she is at 25, already owning 2 properties as well as a business. So every morning, that was when I would wake up, and then I would take a piece of paper and I would write the name of my son-in-law, and I would drop it into a small container that had my first morning urine. This I had been taught a long time ago by another woman whom I used to work with. She was working as a domestic worker right next door to the place where I was working. So she had tried to assist me with a bring back lost lover charm, and it did not work when I wanted my husband to return back to me. When she saw that it was not working, that was when she said to me she wanted me to take my first morning urine and then wash myself with it, and I was going to find a good man. And indeed, I found a good man who ended up finding a job for me, and I stopped working as a domestic worker. That is how I ended up being in the situation where I am right now. So I would write my son's-in-law's name on that piece of paper, and I will start to wash my face using my own urine, and I'll be like, "Gift, can I talk to you? Gift, can I talk to you? Yes, can I talk to you?" And immediately he would call me, just asking me if I have everything that I want, like groceries, and I would say, "If you can do an e-wallet for me, it will be fine," and he would send me the money. So I returned back to that woman from Malawi with the money that he had given to me, and I said, "This is the money that the man that I love has given to me." I did not tell her that this money, it belonged to my daughter's husband, for I was not yet ready to share that type of a secret with him. Later on, she said she knew that I was up to no good when I would bring the money, but anyway, she had her ancestors saying that I was supposed to be helped. So with the money that I was giving to her, that is how I managed to get close to my son-in-law. I then told my daughter that I wanted to come and visit her. So I went to their house there in Senton. The husband was not at home at that time, since he is a long-distance truck driver. And I spent some time with her using charms on her. And when her husband came, she left for the mall. She wanted to go and buy bread and milk. That was when I went to the bedroom. He was still in bed. He was shocked and he said, "Ma, what are you doing?" And I said, "No, it is okay. There is nothing that is wrong. Just stay where you are." I moved closer. "Stay," I whispered. He did not answer. I kissed him and I kissed him, this time pressing my body against his. He said, "What if we get close?" But I kept on holding him until I was able to slip it into my private parts, and we quickly made love. And we were making love whilst we were listening to the sound of my daughter's car. And when we had it, I rushed out of the bedroom and I went and I sat on the couch as if me and her husband, we had done nothing. From that day going onwards, we kept on making love to this very day. Whenever he is on his long distance trips, sometimes he can be with me in the truck. My daughter can even make a video call and I will be hiding behind the seat, not wanting my daughter to know that I am sleeping around with her husband. I consider myself as a woman who is protecting her daughter's marriage, because if I do not do it, if I do not become her husband's girlfriend, then another woman will be more than be happy to take the place of the girlfriend. I know that some of you are going to be judgmental, but you do not know how life has treated me so bad. I do not want the same thing that happened to me to happen to my own daughter. This man has been so nice to me, so much that I am even considering to remove the implant that I use as a prevention method not to fall pregnant, will it be wise if he impregnates me? Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our sister. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world.